Previously, we covered the basics of props, how to pass them and how to use them. Now, let me show you some props patterns that you will regularly come across when building React applications. Let's start with a common scenario, setting a default value for a prop. Back in VS Code, let me create a new file called greeting.jsx in the source folder. Here, export a component called greeting. So export const greeting is equal to an arrow function and specify two props. So object destructuring. The first prop is name and the second prop is message. For name, we will set the default value to guest. And for message, we will set the default value to hello. For the JSX, inside an h2, render the message and the name. So message, comma, name. Remember, we use curly braces for using JavaScript inside JSX. Back in app.jsx, let's import the greeting component and use it in different ways. So first, at the top, import within curly braces greeting component from /greeting. And in the app component JSX, let's invoke it 4 different ways. So greeting component, I'll hold Shift, Option, and down arrow key to duplicate it 3 more times. On the first component, we will specify name is equal to Bruce and message is equal to good morning. On the second greet component, we will specify just the name is equal to Clark. On the third greeting component, we will specify just the message and set it equal to welcome. On the fourth greeting component, we will not specify either of the 2 props. If we save the file and check the browser, we can see that the greeting component works whether we provide a name or message or not. The first one shows good morning Bruce. The second one shows hello Clark using the default message. The third one shows welcome guest using the default name. The fourth shows hello guest using both defaults. A greeting component works with sensible defaults. Now, one thing you should note is that the default value is only used if the prop is missing or if you pass undefined. If you pass null or 0, the default value won't be used. That's just how JavaScript default parameters work. Let's move on to the next scenario, forwarding props with the spread operator. Sometimes passing props can get very repetitive. Let me show you an example. I'm going to create a new file within the source folder called userinfo.jsx. Here, export a component called userinfo. And the component takes a few props which we will destructure. So curly braces, name, age, city, and email. Inside the component, for the JSX, render a div and inside it h3 with the name, followed by paragraphs for age, city, and email. So age is age, paragraph tag, city, and the last paragraph tag, email, curly braces, email. Now let's say we want to create a user card component that wraps user info. So within the source folder, create a new file, usercard.jsx. Here, export a component called usercard. So export const usercard that takes the same props which we will destructure, name, age, city, and email. Inside the component, for the JSX, render a div, and inside it, render an h2 with the title user details, followed by the user info component, which we will import and invoke with the props. So at the top, import the user info component, which we just defined from /userinfo, and nest it within user card component, user info. And the component takes the same 4 props. So let's pass name is equal to name, age is equal to age, city is equal to city, and email is equal to email. Now, there is nothing wrong with this code, but it can be improved using the spread operator. First, use props directly instead of destructuring. Second, on the user info component, use the spread operator with the props object. Curly braces, dot, 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 and we spread the props object. This forwards all of user card's props to the user info component without listing them individually. Much cleaner and avoids code changes when you add more props in the future. You will also find yourself having to pass all but one or two props to the child component. In that case, you can use a combination of rest and spread operators. When destructuring, extract only the props you need, for example, ID, and then use the rest operator to collect the rest of the props, so dot, 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 rest, which you can then spread to the child component. The H2 can now render the ID. So user ID details, and the rest of the props we will forward to the user info component without destructuring them explicitly. This is also a very common pattern you will come across in React applications. Let's move on to the last scenario, passing JSX as children. In HTML, it is natural to nest elements inside each other. For example, you can have a paragraph inside a div. Well, in React, you can do the exact same thing with components. Let me show you an example. In the source folder, I'll create a new file called cardWrapper.jsx. Here we export a component called cardWrapper that takes a title prop which we will destructure. Inside the component, so for the JSX, we render a div with the class name equal to card and an h2 with the title. We also render a div with the class name card-content, which will be used to wrap the nested content. So nested content goes here. Now I want to use this card wrapper component to wrap different content, not the static text content I have here. So in app.jsx, I can import and use it just like an HTML element. Import card wrapper from /card wrapper, and within the app component JSX, we invoke card wrapper with the title, user profile, and 3 HTML elements as nested content. So paragraph, Bruce Wayne, another paragraph, batman@jl.com, and a button, edit profile. Now the question is, how do we get this nested content into this card wrapper component? Well, here's the thing. When you nest content inside a component's tags, so opening tag and closing tag, React automatically passes that content as a special prop called children. In cardWrapper.jsx, you can destructure the children prop and render it inside the div with class name cardContent, curly braces, children. If you save the file and check the browser, you will see the title, user profile, and the nested content rendered inside the card wrapper component, Bruce Wayne, batman@jl.com, and edit profile button. What makes this pattern so powerful is its flexibility. The children can be anything. The card wrapper component doesn't care what you pass as children. It just renders it in the right spot. This is how you create flexible wrapper components in React. You can think of a component with a children prop as having a slot that the parent component can fill with whatever content it wants. You will use this pattern consistently for things like layouts, cards, modals, basically any component that wraps other content. So these 3 patterns, default props, forwarding props with the spread and rest operator, and passing JSX as children. These are the 3 patterns you will use all the time in real-world React projects. They make your components more flexible and easier to use. In the next lesson, we will take things a step further and learn how to make components truly dynamic with conditional rendering, deciding what to show, when to show it, and how to do it cleanly in React.